Can you see? Oh, no. Because it's like this is yours. Yeah. Is that jazz? So we're gonna take two, right? Okay. 601-948-5950 is the number to call in. This is WNPR 90.1 with your girl Tamika Garrett. I'm sitting in for Mr. Garrett tonight, and of course you are listening to Socrates Speaks every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Got a little jazz going on. And I would love to, so many people already know who she is, but they may be surprised because she's on this station and not the station of her own. So why don't you introduce yourself out there?
I am Tamara Sharif, midday personality for 97.7, the beat of the capital right here in Jackson. And tonight I am hanging out with you guys, and I am super excited about it. I am super excited, and thanks for having me.
I'm glad that you could come. I really am. I admire you so much for many different reasons, and the reason why I asked you to come tonight is because I want to begin to talk to different women, of course, stilettos on the pavement, hello, that work in male-dominated industries and that hold their own. You know, and with flats coming up at Tougaloo next month, I want to make sure that I have the right people to connect with them. So if they're trying to pursue, follow your footsteps, if you will, you can kind of give them some advice how you got into this industry, what's it like, and then my thing is I want to know, how do you maintain relationships when you're so busy and you're going here, and there? Because I'm kind of struggling with that. So.
Oh, okay. So Tamika, you just asked a lot.
Okay.
But it is all good. It is all good. It is all good. First, I would tackle your first question, which you asked me, definitely how I got into the industry.
Okay.
Very early on, I interned at a radio station, first and foremost. I started interning. And then I always knew, because my major wasn't communications. I have an MBA degree, literally. So I was always in business and marketing and management. That was kind of my thing. But I knew I wanted to do entertainment. I remember I was in Omaha, Nebraska, actually doing an intern at a corporation. Because at first, I thought I wanted to do corporate America. And I would get through with the work so fast, and I would start looking up entertainment news. And so I knew that my heart was really leaning toward entertainment. Okay. That's where my heart was leaning toward. So in the beginning, I was like, okay, I'll intern at a radio station. Because this was like when I think I was getting my master's degree. So I totally took a left field. Even when I graduated, I remember, and so many people try to encourage you to kind of like when you graduate from college, people try to encourage you to go with your, go what you're graduating in and all of that. They encourage you. And I remember I got a job offer at that corporation, and it was fresh out of college. I think they offered me maybe like $52,000 fresh out of college. So everybody pushes you to go for that. Well, I was always the type of person that I felt like, you're young and you want to go for your passion. That's what I preach. Go for your passion. Don't necessarily the paycheck. Go for your passion, because you go for your passion, the paycheck will come. Right. So you have to realize that, and that's kind of what I did. I literally turned down that, and I interned at a radio station, and then I started doing an entertainment television program. I had no experience in interviewing anybody. I will be so honest with you. This guy, he was already doing a show, and he was doing like a video show, and then at Korea, which was awesome. And we ended up doing another entertainment show. And literally, my first interview was with rapper Mystical. That was my first interview ever. And they put me on the spot. It was so many people out there. I just did what I saw the people on 106 and Park doing. Like, I would be so honest, because I had no idea how to do an interview. So I was just like, okay, I was on the spot, people staring at me. So when you're put on the spot, and that's when I knew that it was my passion. Because I love talking to people, and I have a passion for people. So literally at this point, anybody that would let me interview them and cover events, that's what we did. We would go around, cover events, interview people left and right. And then I started doing, I started writing. I literally started writing. It was like one of the biggest hip-hop internet. It was hip-hop internet at the time. I started writing. I started doing interviews and turning them into writing. So I started doing everything I can. I started going to Atlanta doing interviews. I would sit up at TI studio. Anybody that would come through there, I would interview. So that's it. That's kind of like the hustle of it. The hustle of getting out there.
Okay, I'm taking notes myself.
Yeah. That was the hustle of literally getting out there. Like, you had to get out there and get the work. Like, I interviewed Kevin Lyles when he came. He was a commencement speaker for Jackson State 1 year. And literally I interviewed him, and he was like, you have to put in the work. When you put in the work, you get the results. So I always say early on, you put in the work. When you put in the work, you get the results. So at that time, I just felt like I was putting in the work. I just put in the work. If you let me interview, it didn't even have to be an artist or celebrity. I would interview anybody, period. If we'll go to the Jackson State games, tailgating, we were interviewing everyone. That's what we did. I just had a passion for people.
Right.
Like, literally, we'll get in the stands, talking to people, like the energy, the crowd. Like, I love that. I love to see people having a good time.
Okay.
I really, really love to see people having a good time. So in that point, it just grew. Like, it literally grew. CW ended up picking up the show. Somewhere in California, San Diego, they ended up picking up the show. And so it kind of went from there. Then I ended up actually, like, everything kind of runs together. I started doing entertainment news at another radio station in Jackson. I started doing that. Then the station I'm with now actually was bought. They were bought, and literally I tell anyone, what is for you is for you. Because when they purchased the station at that time, they were just coming to the market like, who's making a buzz? When I got the call, I told them I never applied for a job at 97.7, ever. I didn't apply for the job. Literally, I never filled out any paperwork. That's nothing but God.
Right.
I never filled any out. When they called for an interview. That day, they called me back with an offer to come work for them. I never filled out an application, anything. That's why I really believe when you put in the work, you get the results.
Right.
I think that's what it's really all about. I kind of took that philosophy, and that's what I kind of preach to everyone. You know, put in the work, you get the results. Don't worry about, like, you know, you follow your passion. You have a passion for it, you'll never work a day in your life. And it doesn't feel like work when I go to work. I don't mind going to work. I love going to work. And the energy I receive from the listeners and the callers and these people, I love that. I love that. I love it. Well, then I work with a good crew. I work with a really good crew.
Yeah, that's good, because everyone cannot say that they love their job, they love what they do. So good job, you know, that you're able to say that. And then I asked that last question about, and I don't know you like that if you're in a relationship or not, but I know that being, I believe that, you know, you're an entrepreneur and you travel and you do a lot. So how do you find balance?
Balance.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a very supportive team and a supportive partner. Like, you really do. Like, you can't have anyone that's jealous. You can't have that in your life, because that energy is going to overwhelm. You're trying to build your career, and you can't be with someone that's going to be jealous into, like, your time and traveling. And because if you're trying to build your career, you're going to need that. You're going to need that support system. So you need a very good support system to be there for you. And that takes a strong-minded person, because when you're out and about, and some of the likes that I was in studios, and you got T.I. over here and Young Jeezy, and some people can't handle that. Like, some people can't handle that. You're in the studio late, you're like, no, we're doing interviews, we're doing for real work. Like, you know, I'm actually getting good information, and some people can't handle that. So you have to have that balance and that support system, and then you have to have your own boundaries too, especially as a woman. Like, I can honestly say, as a woman in the industry, you have to have your own boundaries. You have to set boundaries, because it's such a male-dominated industry that now it's, you know, some things have changed, but it's, you know, you have to have a boundary. That's what you're there for, and you're there to work and nothing else. And you have to have their reputation that this is what I am here for. That's it. That's it. And you have to set the boundary.
Yeah.
And then the balance. So definitely a good support system and balancing. Definitely a good support system.
Okay. And I would add to that, for me, I agree with you with both of those answers, but to continue to be prayerful.
Absolutely.
To stay in prayer, so that you don't allow people to step over your boundaries. And if they do, you still can come at them in a professional way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about Flats on the Pavement for a second. So it is, yay, thank the Lord. It's taking place at Tougaloo. You know, next month. It's going to be on Thursday, October the 19th at the Owens Health and Wellness Center. And shout out to Dr. Sandra Carr for sponsoring this for us to be able to do this. And so what advice, if these young ladies are between 18 to 25, and if they wanted to get into what you do, and what advice would you give to them? Like, other than what you said, because
right.
I think the biggest thing you said is that you have to like people. Like, you really have to, because people can get that. They get that energy. They see your body language, those type of things. But what would you say?
I would just say go for it. Like, if you really have a good heart and your heart is into entertainment, put your heart into it and go for it. Literally, I remember the first time I interned at a radio station. I had never done breaks in radio and all of that. I hadn't done it. I listened to a lot of radio growing up, but literally the first time I interned, I had a tape recorder. You guys know the little tape recorder that you buy at Walmart and all of that. Okay, I had a tape recorder and I recorded a break in the back of like my room, and literally like I was on the radio. That is what I took into the program director and when I wanted to intern, and I played it on his desk. Nice. And I hit play. Like, it wasn't anything fancy, little big air checks and nothing professional like that. That's just what I had at the time. And they ended up putting me on overnight. I was coming on at like 12 a.m., but I was on, okay? Right. so that's what I said. I was there. I was present. You have to stay up real late to see. You hear me? Mm-hmm. But it was okay. But that's the thing. Like, be innovative. Don't let anybody tell you no. Be innovative. You don't have the experience. Make the experience. I didn't have any experience in TV. I made that experience. And I corrected that path. Like I said, anybody that I would interview, I remember years ago, Eric Benet. Eric Benet came to like freelance, literally. He was eating chicken. And I'm like, can I interview you? Like, literally, we're eating chicken. I was like, I don't care about the chicken. We're just going to sit here and talk. And that's what we did. So anybody who had that opportunity that would let me do that, I did that. And that was just going out there to try to get the work. Don't wait for it to come to you, because you might be waiting. Just go out there for it and get it.
That's true. And that actually applies to so many different industries,
Absolutely.
Not just yours.
Absolutely.
Let me pick one. An event planner, consultant, construction. You have to go out there. And, that was one of the struggles I had initially with Outfront, with the selling piece of it. And Outfront is coming back actually in February.
Okay.
It's a newsprint. But you have to jump out there, and go for it, because if you do not, then you'll never know. You'll never get over your fears.
Absolutely.
And you'll really never know how much power you have within your own self. Yeah. You won't. And I think that I was talking to a couple of girls the other day, and that people talk about the fear of failure, right? Which is a scary thing. But for me, what was it? A year and a half ago, what hit me was the fear of success. Because I had this huge what if, the very first one, actually it was 2 years ago, I had the first one, and then I began to say, hey, how are we going to top that? What are we going to do? And then it was almost like I was afraid to be more successful, that I said, well, we have to talk about that, because it's what you want, and everybody defines success differently.
Exactly. Everybody does define success. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
And how do you define it?
Well, you know what? Success has to be for me. What I may think is very successful, someone else may not think is very successful. What they may think is successful, I think that's just that successful. That's just maybe something, a goal, or So I think I define it. It depends on the person. It depends on the person.
But I'm talking about you specifically.
Me specifically, It has to please me. It just has to please me. It has to be in my good spirit, my good vibes. Like, that's a goal. I accomplished that. That's how I define success. And so it may be a little differently. Some people define success with money. I don't. Okay. That's something I haven't. Some people are like, wait, hold up. That's not me. You may define success as money is attached to it. I don't necessarily agree with that. Okay. And so many people will disagree with that. But, that's just not me. I agree my success is with my passion and what I have and what makes me happy. You have to have happiness. You do. A lot of successful people, if they don't have happiness, then what's the use of being so successful? Because that's actually a mind frame. That's going to play on your mind if you're not happy. Who wants to be very successful but you're miserable?
Right. That's true. My definition of that would be, let me think. Well, success for me comes a lot with me giving back and seeing other people's lives change, and see that brighten up when you do events or when you give back to the community and you can make a difference in their life, or you're helping someone, that may not be at their best health, and you can brighten their day. So for me, that's how I define success. So I'm going to stop right here really quick just to make sure we are letting you guys know that we are on Socrates Speaks, I see DC over there. WMPR 90.1, and I am Tamika Garrett. Mr. Garrett's not here tonight, and of course, this program is underwritten by Next Level. Next Level Experience is located at the Metro Center Mall. It's just over 25,000 square feet. It is a facility rental place with a restaurant. Please go to our website at nextleveljxn.com. The holidays are coming up, so you have corporate meetings, Christmas, special occasions, and just because you want to have a girls' night out or gentleman night out, definitely give us a call at 769-447-4518. That is what we are here for. Our doors are open, and we're really open on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, unless someone is having an event. And of course, we'll open the doors for you. We thank you guys so much for supporting us. We opened actually like a year ago next month, so we'll be celebrating a 1-year anniversary. And then in November, if you guys didn't hear earlier, but DC and I are doing, doing a jazz night. We're still thinking about the name of it, but it will be hosted by none other than Wanda Evers. The first one's going to be November the 16th. Help me out, DC, if I got the date wrong. But Thursday, November the 16th, it's going to be $5 to get in. You'll hear about all the promotions. You don't want to miss it. And it's from 6 to 9, so you can come from work, and then you can still go home to get ready for work the next day. So we thought this would be something that the city would enjoy. We'd love your feedback. We'd also like for artists to contact us if that is your industry. If you are into jazz or no other artists, definitely give me a shout out on social media, Tamika Garrett or DC White, and we're both right here on this station on Tuesday nights. Let's see what time we have. So it seems like we've gone over a little bit, but I want to thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And I'm always picking your brain. I know that you will continue to be successful and be genuine, and that really means a lot. When I see you, you are consistently the same with everybody, and some people, not so much.
So I absolutely try to be. I do.
Yeah.
I try to be.
And
I do have a passion for people. I really do.
And you can tell.
I do.
You absolutely can tell. Not to mention this girl is rocking this hat like this is what I'm talking about. Prime example of stilettos on the pavement. It's not about the shoe. It's just if you're a woman, you're welcome. You're doing your thing. And people get caught up in the fact that you have to wear stilettos because that's a name. No, that is not it. And it's for professional business women. So I define a business even as a housewife. Because you're running a household. That is a business. So if you guys want to get more information on that, go to Stilettos. Ooh, you can't because it is down for 48 hours. Thanks a lot, GoDaddy. But it should be up in about 48 hours, they say. So in the future, it's stilettosonthepavement.com. It's just that simple. And then we have, again, flats coming up. You can contact Janitra for that. If you're 18 to 25, it's taking place, again, at Tougaloo College. Janitra's number is 601-291-5618. I'm going to go ahead and let DC play some jazz so we can kind of get in the mood for November, right, as we bring on our next special guest talking about her event. Her name is Tracy, and it's Yoked, and I'm super excited about having her. And at this moment, we'll go ahead and say goodnight to you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, we see you at the jazz and in the streets of Jackson, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Give me some love, girl. And then Tracy, you can come on up. We are live on Facebook. You're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I enjoyed this.
I know that was fun. It was like we were talking.
How are you? How I am wonderful. Wonderful.
This is your jewel right
I know, right? I know.
Hello.
Hello, you.
Hello.
How you?
I'm tired, but good.
I know.
I'll sleep later. We got work to do, ladies.
Okay, so I'm going to listen to you guys.
Good.
Go listen.
So that you guys that can still hear me out there, because we are live on Facebook while he's playing that music. Well, I'll wait for you to sit down before I say that, to wake your successful self up out there. Today is Mr. Felix Anderson's birthday. Yeah, so let's get started. We can start with that when he turns the music down. Again, this is Tamika Garrett on WMPR with 90.1 on Socrates Speaks. Happy birthday to Felix Anderson. Come on back. Happy birthday to him. To wake yourself up. Wake your successful self up, excuse me. And then we're going to go right into it. Let's do this.
Okay.
This is her event. Can you see it? You need to be in the building.
Yes,
You need to be there. Saturday, October the 7th. Let me just say this really quick. I regret that I'm going to miss this because I will be out of town. I will be with doing some workshops so that I can come back and do more work and help more people. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to gift 2 tickets to someone today, and I'll come up with something later. I think it just happened. So I'm going to buy 2 tickets from her.
Awesome.
So the first person who buys, well, not the first because we're still selling Stilettos tickets, but the next person who buys 2 Stilettos on the Pavement tickets for December the 8th will also get 2 tickets to go. How's that?
All
To
right.
Tracy's event. So
Love it.
introduce yourself, tell them who you are, and go right on into your event.
Okay, well, Tamika, you know, good friends we are. My name is Tracy Nealon. I am the writer and director of the stage play, gospel stage play, Yo, that'll be coming out, as you said, on October the 7th. We'll be at the Madison Central Auditorium again. I know you came to when we had Color Me Pink.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of the same cast that's going to be returning with the stage play Yoke, but we added about 5 or 6 new cast members. And this stage play, Yo Tamika, is going to be about centered around domestic violence. We're going to have 3 main storylines. And we know, as I've talked with other women, domestic violence does not have a face. It's people we go to church with, people we work with, people that it's just our neighbors, everybody. But you go into those walls, into your home, things happen. The next day you get up like nothing's going on, and you walk around, and it's just a mask that people wear. So when I started working with an organization called Butterflies that's spearheaded by Miss Eva Jones, I actually wrote this play to me for about 2 or 3 years ago. And God told me to put the play on hold. And as working with the Butterflies, I just heard the women's stories and how they were just, it was some things that they were going through to me. It was just horrific. It was things that you cannot imagine out of a horror movie or something. And my heart would just move. And I knew right then that's why God wanted me to wait to do the play so that I could actually be more sympathetic to know what really goes on, hearing those stories with those women. So, I don't know, the first storyline is Miss Rita B. She's going to be the first one, and she's playing the role as Karen. Now, she's someone who saw her mom go through domestic violence to the point of years, seeing her mother night after night being abused by a man emotionally, physically, verbally. And she vowed that ain't no man going to change me. I'm going to be who I am, do what I'm going to do, and that's just how it's going to be. So pretty much she got a good man, but she can't even see it because she was so scared of being turned to her mother. That's how she was. So she's holding on to that. I'm not going to be her. I'm not going to be her. So we're going to see, is she going to lose her man, or is he going to stay around and help her get through this hardcore shell that she's holding up? She's guarded. Now, the one you holding up right there, Tamika, is the, I want to say, too, that the one she's about to possibly lose, Jake, is played by Mr. Cedric Brinson of the 601 Live Band.
I know very well. He's always at next level.
So, you know, you got those 2 right there. And Shannon, the one you hold, is Carrie Thomas, is playing Kingston, another guy. We're going to see how their relationship is going to play out. But Shannon was actually abused to the point a man tried to make her feel like she was less than what God made her to be. He made her think, you worthless. You ain't nothing without me. That he tried to make her that, but he actually put his hands on her. To the point then she said the choking, the pushes start to, okay, he pushed me. Well, okay, but that was just a little push. He loved me though. You know, then the push started to a slap. I mean, he didn't mean it though. No, she went on there, then the slap started to a choke. The choke went to a punch.
So what it sounds like, without giving your whole play away, is that sometimes we make excuses. I have been in both. I've been in a domestic violence relationship and a verbal abusive relationship that my younger sister was like, hey, you realize what's going on here. And then I started to pay attention. So we did begin to make excuses. I can say that for myself. And I said, well, if I do this or if I change this, and eventually, you know, through prayer and me beginning to love myself more and realizing that everyone doesn't make it out of domestic violence. And when you begin to love yourself and you understand how much God loves you and how much He has in store for you, then it makes it a little bit easier to go, to leave and move on with your life so that both of you can live.
That's it. And I like you said that, so both of you can live. Because like when you're going through the domestic, you're not living. You just existing.
Right, and then some people die. You know, and Felix shares this, so it's not a secret. Felix has a heck of a story, and he'll. I wish he was here, but I know it's his birthday.
Yeah,
but he has a story about his mother. It's heartbreaking. And I don't want to get emotional about it, but domestic violence is a very serious thing that we should take very serious. And you know, when people. A lot of times I remember going in Los Angeles, going to work, and I could see the signs because I knew what they looked like. You know, and you covering up, you're wearing sunglasses, and you're making all of these excuses. But until someone is ready, you really can't do anything because you get caught up in that situation, and him or her, because it happens to men as well, they go back, then what is that?
A cycle, like a cycle just going over and over and over.
And now you put yourself into something that really had nothing to do with you at all.
Exactly.
Tell us about that one. What's that like?
Yeah, this is one that's really hush-hush. This one is the character Trish and the character Pastor Remington. Pastor Remington. And you can see Trish is real bandaged up, you know, so it's some things going on. And I put on here, he's laying his hands on the members praying for them at church, but at home he's laying his hands on his wife. Everybody loves Pastor Remington, and this is not just to put anything on the pastor or people in the church. It's just saying that, again, it does not have a face. No one is exempt. And the role this person going to play, he's a lovable person. Everybody loves Pastor Remington. But she has to love and see out of her congregation, see out the home, but she's putting on that mask.
Like we all do in different areas in our lives.
Right.
That's really interesting right there. I'm going to have to watch what I say because pastors, I don't want y'all calling me. I'm a Bishop Cruder. I go to a couple of different churches. Yeah. I go to New Horizon. I go to one church with Matt, and I really do want to go to New Jerusalem because I understand that Pastor Pickett is very powerful. He speaks the truth where you can understand it and you don't get caught up. And the biggest thing for me is that you are accepted in those walls.
Right.
Because some people won't go if the people don't make them feel welcome.
Right.
And then for the one church, I go there because I look for diversity.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see people speaking different languages and just this is what we're made of. The world is not black and white, and that's not inclusion for me. So let's go back to this. How can they get tickets? What time does it start?
Okay, well, actually, they can go to tickets.humbleway.org, tickets.humbleway.org. And they can just click there. It's a donation site on there for those who can't attend. Say, hey, because we're going to be donating to a battered women's shelter. Like, you know, when we did Color Me Pink, we donated to the American Cancer Society because their play was about, you know, cancer, different surviving and going through. So I got with Tracy James at the time, and we met her office, made a donation to her on behalf of Humble Way, our outreach. This year we have made it a purpose in our heart. Whenever we do a production. And I heard what you said about giving back when you were saying that's success to you. To me, because that's success to me too. When you do something, I want to bring art to the community, but what I really want to do and what I'm passionate about is giving back. At the end of the day, if I break even with any kind of production, any kind of play, if I know that it has helped somebody, it has you know, some child or woman or man or whoever going through something, if I know that I can put some food in that shelter or some kind of, wherever the money from the proceeds, of course, we're going to get, if I know that's helping families, not just for this one production, but it's something I want to do year round. And that's why I'm so glad to be working with Butterflies, with Eva Jones, because she does it year round. I mean, she's serious. And I learned something from her to me, because guess what I learned? If you call 211, if you're in a domestic violence situation, if you call 211, they will get help to you till you remove you from that situation. And I didn't know that. And I had a friend I told today. I know. So it's like 911. So 211 people, if you're in a place where, and a friend told me recently that they were able to help someone by giving them the number. And so that person, they said she was suicidal. She was about to take her life, and she was so afraid of that man. So me just talking with her and gave her that number, she called it, Tamika, and she got help.
I didn't know that either. So again, sharing this with those that are listening and those that are watching and may watch later. 211. And I just want to add that it doesn't always happen to women. I believe that men are more secretive about it because it's a man. They've got a whole different dynamics about it, but they too sometimes can be abusive. I mean, abused. Excuse me. So I'm looking at the time here. I do want to cover a couple more things really quick, okay? DC, let's see. We did mention, but I'm not sure if I said that we were having it at the next level. Our jazz nights that's going to take place on Thursday, November the 16th. It's going to be at Next Level in the Soul Lounge, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. This program is underwritten by Next Level right there at the Metro Center Mall. Our website is nextleveljxn.com. We do need you guys to come out and support us. We are a local and minority-owned business, and we want to keep our doors open. We are looking at every single comment you have when you guys call in and make your complaints or comments. We like that because if you guys don't tell us the areas that we can improve in or what we're doing good, we simply do not know. But keep in mind that nobody's perfect. And every business has their trials and tribulations, that of your own or the ones that you frequent. I want to give a shout out. Mr. Garrett does this all the time. He says, my business partner, my business partner, Charles Pickett. So shout out to the women over there at the Next Level. Mel does an amazing job in the kitchen. She is our chef. Miss Holly, Gwen Holly does, oh my goodness, it's absolutely beautiful with the decorations and everything. And their company is G&M. They are for hire. They do everything inside of Next Level, but they can come to you with the holidays coming up. They can cater your next event. They could do decorations, give them a call. You can call and leave a message with me or send me a text at 601-699-3123. I'll be happy to give that out to them. And then I want to say thank you to Carmen. Carmen is one of our servers over there. She's over the service, and she's been there since day one, and it has not been easy. I promise you. Dr. D just said the other day, there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in those walls. And as you know, being a business owner, it's not as easy as people think. And this last year, I told Mr. Garrett, what the heck, I almost said the bad word, what the heck, because I had to learn that entrepreneur, and I knew it because I watched my dad my entire life, but it didn't really affect me and my finances. So things were like this, and I'm like, am I doing something that makes a difference? Kind of like you might feel sometimes when you do your plays, and then it was like almost when you want to stop doing it and say, God, I just can't do it no more. Girl. The blessings come out of nowhere.
That's an amen right there.
They come out of nowhere.
You do, and that's when you know that they say you that close to that breakthrough. When that happens, they have a lot.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you just drown in your smoke. Then you know God got something. When you keep on going, going, Mika. Because I see you too. So God is working wonderful things in you. So, but we all get that way.
Yeah, and I'm learning more and more. And I want to say, Pastor Terry Moore, she's calling me for prayer. I'll have to call her back. This is the thing. And this is not, men, we love you guys, but we're support. I'm all about stilettos on the pavement, right? Because we as women, not just black or brown women, but we have so much more in common than we realize it. And we have to do a better job. I'm from here in California. My mom's from Los Angeles. Okay. But what I've noticed here is that we have to do a better job of supporting each other. There's enough business and blessings for all of us. And it is okay if you and I are in the same industry for me to assist and promote you. Right. We cross-promote. We do partnerships. I'm going to have a couple of partnerships with people, and more people calling me every day, Tracy. But I tell them now, thank God that I've gotten to the point to pray about it first, because you can't partner with everybody. And I was partnering with people and doing everything for them where I was losing, in a sense, for myself. So now I'm like, okay, I might partner with you. I can consider that. But how does this benefit me?
Right.
And not just you. For mutual benefits. Right. Yeah, for mutual benefits. Yeah. And that's what we talk about at Stilettos. So again, let them know how they can purchase tickets, what time, how they can get in contact with you should they have more questions. That would be great.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm on Facebook as Tracy Neeland, Tracey. Neeland is Neyland. You can inbox me. I do have tickets available on hand for purchase. So if you're local, we are delivering tickets. The whole cast is, but you can get on my page. And again, you can go to tickets.humbleway.org. The play will be October the 7th. That's next Saturday. Actually, it's coming quick.
It is.
October the 7th at 6 p.m. But the doors are opening at 5. So we do have large groups who come in to get those front row seats. So go ahead if you plan to get there, which I hope you are. It's for a great cause, people. This is really going to help families, and we're going to be able to bring arts and things like this to the community, which I'm excited about. Madison Central Auditorium, 6 p.m. Doors open at 5.
Awesome. And if you can't go, because unfortunately I will not be there, you can still buy a ticket. Give it to somebody else. Give it to a church member, someone on the street. You know, you just never know. We are blessed to be a blessing. I really do know that. I do that, and I believe in that. I think that that's what we're supposed to do. DC, we're going to play one more song now. I hope you got Let It See. Let It See has a new CD out. And, ooh, that is my girl. She's actually coming here. What a heck of a combination, because it's Let It See and Kirk Franklin.
And that's what was that day I heard on the radio?
I
What was that day? I remember. I heard on the radio. I think I want to say November, not for sure.
Yeah, I don't know either. But they have flyers out there. You can find out on the way out.
Good deal.
We'll let them play this song a little bit. And we're still live, so I have to keep that in mind.
And I'm looking forward to your event in November here.
December
8th. Here.
Yes.
Okay. And I know Dallas is going to be in January.
Yeah, I'll make sure you get the dates. You are too. God is so good.
I love it. I'm gonna miss you at the show though, because you always so supportive of like everything.
Well, we support each other for real.
And I'm supposed to be DVD, so I can.
You can talk when we're live. So
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So I'm gonna get you the DVD though. So
then I can still see it.
Yeah.
Oh, while we're doing that, let me give you the money to pay for those 2 tickets.
And you're gonna get those to your guest thing. That's
Whoever buys 2 tickets for stilettos, then they'll get these 2 tickets.
Awesome. I'm enjoying being here with you.
Me too.
Let me get them out of here. This is my little bag. I'll take it everywhere I go.
How much is it?
It's give you a purse.
How much is it? Appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey. You know how to make it now.
Just keep remembering when you come in, we're still live. Yeah. But you're welcome to come in. I just like to tell people that.
Can we talk and say that, you know? See, I want to give you one of these too to make you have any small ones in your family individuals. Oh, good. How many?
2.
Okay, I'm getting 2. What's their ages?
Oh Lord, put me on the spot.
That's okay. It's okay. They little.
I'm not
little
sure.
enough to enjoy these. I like to bring helping people who are helping me.
Well, let me see it. Then I can tell you.
And it's by peer pressure.
Yeah.
Okay. And these.
Yep, I know 2. Oh yeah, this is good.
Okay. And they can just say 2 up. No one
Thank
thing.
you.
I know
Look, she comes with more gifts. Guys, more
She's so
gifts.
awesome. She's always giving gifts of love. So I just got a few gifts for that.
Oh, thank you.
Always giving gifts of love. And if you want to say anything, then I can't wait. Not just something that just kind of.
Oh yeah, I have.
I got you.
Most definitely.
Awesome.
Me too. Hold on one second, because I want to talk to you, but we're live.
Yeah,
so,
we're live.
Yeah. Okay. So DC, I'm gonna wrap up with Tracy, and then I want you to come on this side of the glass, okay? So we could talk about a couple of other things really quick. Mr. Garrett, you are missed today. This is your show. It's Socrates Speaks every Tuesday night from 8 to 9. I am one of the producers, but once, you have to give him a break so he can do other things, and that's what I'm here for. Me and DC will step up and run it until he comes back. So Tracy, I want to thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the gifts. I really, really appreciate it. And did you have anything, last words or something before you have to go?
Like you said, just support. Just come out and support, and I can promise you, you're going to have a blessed time. You're going to have a great time. We're going to have singing with with a lot of different artists, and Leaps of Faith will be there too. The dance group, they're going to bless us with praise. So, and Stephen Green with the mime. I mean, just come out and be blessed. Come out and be blessed. I guarantee you'll be happy that you did. Madison Central, October the 7th, next weekend.
I'm looking at these, but I thought somebody else was in this play.
Oh, it's a little. Tell me, Rika, tell me.
Well, I think I saw it on Facebook. Is Felix in this play?
Mr. Felix Anderson. And he's going to be that pastor that give that good, wise advice. So we're going to see how he is and see what we can use. He's going to plant some nuggets.
Yes.
Make the audience say, that's right.
And he does a good job that he's going to nail that. Again, wake your successful self up. Happy birthday. I'm sure you're hanging out with your family, the wife and the kids. You guys have an amazing time.
Yes.
Thank you so much. But Tracy, it's been an honor. Thank you so much for stopping by. Socrates Speaks on WNPR. Woohoo! Woohoo! DC, come on this side.
Thank you. Sweet. You've been awesome. Awesome lady.
Oh, Lord. I know, you can hang out. We have till 9 o'clock. So I want to say this, that those that are looking for a job out here, Socrates Garrett Enterprises will have some openings soon. You guys stay tuned. We'll be announcing some of them shortly in the next couple of weeks, as well as probably having an ad in the Mississippi Link. So you want to look for those opportunities there. We are looking forward to giving people, work. That is what we truly enjoy doing. I also want to say something really fast. I went to see what it was called yesterday with MDOT. They had their monthly meeting, but they had the new mayor, Lumumba, there, and he was talking about so many opportunities and what him and his new administration plans to do for minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, and just for the citizens of this great city, of our city, the capital city. He did say when he becomes mayor, we become the mayor, and he mentioned that yesterday. So again, I listened to him. I took several notes. He mentioned, including the women, because I'm all about, hey, we do work. We work hard. And so they're not going to forget us. So good job yesterday to MDOT and the mayor with his comments and his plan for keeping us informed and letting us know what's going on. We greatly appreciate it. So the other thing, we have so many things coming up. I want to take this opportunity to say to the ladies, was talking to Gwen Holly the other day, and I was telling her, oh, well, this or that. And she kept saying, wait a minute. She told me, take a minute. And she said, Tamika, you do a great job. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but she was like, you have to give yourself credit for the beast that you are. So I'm encouraging you ladies to give yourself credit for what the things that you do well, and take this time, the last quarter of this year, and look at the things that you've accomplished so far. The things, if you got thank you notes from people, if someone gave you any kind of high five, some people call it, what do they call it? I can't think of the word right now, but whatever it is, that's positive things. Remember that you have to give yourself credit, because it's easy to get discouraged. Yes. It's easy to give up on God and yourself. It's easy to do those things. It's easy to go into a slump of depression or just downright Debbie Downer. Mm-hmm. And with the holidays coming up, we want to be very cautious of that, because we are reminded that sometimes that the rates of suicide goes up because people are lonely. they feel like they're missing something, and family and all of those things. So you guys just be loving, be kind, and do those things too for yourself. DC, you gonna come on this side? Okay, yeah, come on over here. 601-948-5950. And we're just going to talk to you guys really quick about jazz and why we decided to put this on at the next level starting November. Again, it's just $5. It's from 6 to 9 p.m. That is very affordable. Like, you have no reason not to be there. So come on out, men and women. It's just $5. Your host is going to be Wanda Evers. And I also we'll have some more information about the opportunities with USDA and wetland easement programs. There's many funds available for local farm owners and private landowners. So next week we'll be sure to cover that so that you guys are well informed and can take advantage of the funds that are available for you. I'm still waiting on DC. I don't know what he's doing.
November the 11th. What's that date for the jazz fest?
The jazz is November the 16th. It's on a Thursday from 6 to 9.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was getting the high ready for you.
Oh, that's okay. 6 to 9. So why don't you tell them a little bit about what you think about jazz and why it's needed here? Because that's your thing, right?
Right. To those who don't know me, I am DC White, the Buffalo Soldier, and I do the jazz program over here at 90.1 along with the Mighty Selector and Miss Wanda Evers. We are the three that does the jazz here. Also neo soul and good stuff like that. Plus I do the R&B, the hottest, the latest in the new R&B. So you new R&B cats out there, if y'all got a song and y'all think it's hot, bring it to DC and I make sure I play it. I don't discriminate. But what my lovely Tamika, she hates for me to say lovely.
My name is Tamika.
But she's a beautiful spirit on the
appreciate
outside
that.
and the inside. And I always have to tell her that.
I appreciate it, but it's
beautiful
Tamika.
soul, you know. Yeah, but she, we came up with, because we really feel that jazz is not as relevant as it should be, especially with the younger generation. And we just want people to know before there was hip hop, before there was rock and roll, for all that stuff, it was jazz. And so we try to keep that, as in rotation, is that the right word to say? Like, just keep it, we don't flood it down your throat. We just want to let you know it's still here. And by Miss Tamika giving me a chance, because that's what she did. We decided that we wanted to take this to new and elevate heights. We might do it over here at Evers Lounge, and we know it's going to be at the next level, but we plan on making this thing real big, and we plan on spreading it from town to town. Whoever will welcome us, we will come.
Yeah,
So
I'm glad you mentioned that. It is going to be like a mobile thing. So we're going to start out, of course, we will start out at next level, right? Hello.
Right.
I'm trying to find this flyer. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I promise you, I try to promote as many women as I possibly can. So we're going to do this once a month because my schedule is really, really tight. We'll let Mr. Garrett do all the other 3 weeks unless he just absolutely can't be here. But for this program, you can underwrite and come in and talk about your business for as low as $25. Those funds are going to go to help Flats on the Pavement, which are the young ladies in the city, 18 to 25. We started that with the hopes of initially getting young women to graduate, to get them across the stage. My team decided that what if they're not in college? What if we can talk them into going to college or returning to college? So that's we're gonna help them do that. I remember being in college and you not having money for books and eating top ramen and all this other stuff. So it's absolutely free for them to come. They must register. Again, it's going to be on the Tougaloo campus at the Owens Health and Wellness Center. You can contact Janitra on Facebook, Janitra Robinson. It's going to be Thursday, October the 19th. We'll have more information this week coming up, and you can look at Tamika Garrett for the flyer soon, as well as Flats on the Pavement on Facebook. DC, do you have anything else to say before we wrap this up?
No, I just want to say to you, terrific show, and I know your dad's somewhere listening, and he's very proud. And,
Well, wait a minute. Say that again, Mr. Garrett. I need you to catch this.
to Mr. Garrett, I always told you, she could do it. You just have to put the ball in her hand. And as you see, Mr. Garrett, she's running touchdowns like we said she would. We, she got her momentum up now, and I'm really proud of her. And I thank God how she bring people together. And she brought the lovely Miss Tracy here. And we want to support our black police and support our own, because if we don't, who will? Atlanta supports theirs. New Orleans, where I'm from, they support their local artists. Why we can't support our local artists?
Yeah, we definitely need to do that. I have this whole slogan now for women. It's collaborative, not competitive.
Ooh, preach.
I did a post the other day because y'all can't compete with me. Like, God loves me so much. He be giving me blessings and he's staying up all night. Y'all need you to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, really, God? So you just, again, do your partnerships, your collaboration. When it's the constructions and it's grant, team up. Do joint ventures. There's enough work for all of us to make money, all of us to get back. We love our city. We want to hopefully that they'll be giving contracts to people that live here, actually going to give back and make a difference, and they're not going to take the work and not mentor the people and then they're gone. Y'all know how I feel about that. Socrates, Garrett, we have a lot of different businesses, and so we want to thank you guys for supporting us thus far. We're not going anywhere. This is home for us. We have other offices now. Shout out to my sister. She just won this award in Atlanta, Talicia Garrett. Well, first of all, her name is Queen Talicia, and I'm not talking about just call her Queen, but her name is Queen. Oh, and that she is. I remember when she changed her name, I was like, what? I never asked her why. I just thought, ooh, she got a man that makes her feel like she's a queen. Go ahead, girl. So I love you, my sister. Happy birthday again. It was her birthday the other day. Thank you guys so much. We have a few more minutes, but we want to thank you guys for listening, for supporting local businesses, women-owned businesses. I want to say that slowly so y'all can catch it. And then supporting each other's businesses, and find out who has what, because you never know. We sit around everybody. We're looking for cleaners. We're looking for someone to babysit or tutor our kids. And it's right here in our communities or at our church. We just got to open our mouths and say, hey, this is what I need. How can you help me? And how can I help you? And I really mean, like, you scratch your back and I scratch mine. I learned a lot, and I want to keep this on a positive note, but I have to say this. One time somebody said, Tamika, you're trying to help people who won't help you. Or you're fighting for people who want to fight you. And that was a hard thing to swallow, but they're absolutely right. And you just can't worry about that. You have to do your absolute very best and hope they do the very best. But also learn, which I learned this year, cut people off just a little bit faster. Your season and our time is over, and it is okay. It is okay. I wish you no ill feelings. I wish you nothing but success. I just can't be hanging out with you. I know all the women that I hang around, and I don't want to mention anybody because I might forget, but they have multiple streams of income. And that's how it's going to be. And that we encourage and motivate each other and hold each other accountable. But we also take those moments to exhale and say, girl, we just need a spa day. Shout out to Marlena. She'll catch that, and so will the other ladies. But we need to get away. We need to be able to take care of the homes, the husbands, the children, ourselves, everything else, and stay healthy. Some of y'all got to take care of y'all side pieces, but hey, that ain't my business. Now, I know Mr. Garrett. Okay, let me just go on back over here. All right, so before you guys go, my friend Tut, her phone number is 601-316-1152. She is having Palms for a Cause this Saturday in the Fundren area. A percentage of the proceeds are benefiting breast cancer awareness and the Hope Foundation. It's a dog parade. It's $25 entry fee. Registration is at 11 a.m. until it starts. Again, you can contact Tut at 601-316-1152. Partnerships do work with the right people. But remember, they're like any relationship. They take time to develop. Put that stuff in writing and sign it so you know this is what we agreed to, man. And if it's not working, it's okay to cut your ties. And I'm talking about in relationships too. That's me because I'm single. But I'm learning that you have to try And thinking of that, I went to this women's conference. Kathy Amos did a wonderful job. And I realized that me getting older, I can't cut them off so fast. I know I'm not, I'm something else, honey. I wouldn't date me. I'd be like, no, you got to go. But I'm trying to do better. So shout out to you, Bae. I know you out there listening. I'm trying to do better, but I really love my job. I really love work. And so that's why I was asking Tamara Cherie, who was here earlier, how do you balance that? You know, you do have to get a partner who's going to understand, I don't have a 9-to-5 job. And yeah, I might say I get off at 5, but Mr. Garrett might come in at 5 and say, we having a meeting. I got to stay. Yeah, I got to do what I got to do. So before we go, thank you, Tamara Cherie, for coming, gracing us with your knowledge and your presence and your just personality all in itself. When you're talking this whole time, you really get thirsty. I don't know how people do this. All right, how much time we have, DC?
1 minute.
1 minute. Why don't you hit them with the song, and we'll see you guys next week, all right? Have a good one, and thank you for tuning in, listening, sharing, and y'all have a blessed week. Do something for somebody else. Bye. Let me turn this off.